Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new IGTV episode. So today I am talking about a classic truth that so many of us do not listen to. And it's this: believe what people show you. And when I say believe what people show you, what I'm saying is don't listen to what people say. Believe what they do, including and especially with yourself. You know, Chase Jarvis has this great quote. He says, "Action is identity." You've got to do the verb to become the noun. Just sit with that for a second. Action is identity. You've got to do the verb to become the noun. Now, what do I want to say about that? Believe what you show yourself. It's one thing to say, I am successful, I am adventurous, I am courageous, I am all these things. My question to you is going to be, when you say all of that, they're great affirmations. But I'm going to ask you, so if you're courageous, when was the last time you did something courageous? What was the last courageous act you took? If you're adventurous, when was the last time you went on an adventure? What was the last adventurous thing you did? If you are saying to me, I am driven, what was the last driven action you've taken? What was it? What did you do? Because at the end of the day, we live in a world where people love to talk. They love to say all of these things. They love to go, I am this and I am that. And I believe in affirmations. Don't get me wrong. I'm as woo-woo as the rest of them. I believe that when you say I am statements, you create the energy in your body to become them. But that's the first step. That's not the final step. The first step is to say I am. The next step is to say, what am I going to do to become? And then the next step after that is to actually go out and do that. To actually go out and do that. Be courageous, take courageous action, use courageous patience. But the problem with a lot of people is that they talk a good game, they don't deliver in the game. So I'm going to challenge you, rather than falling in love with potential, whether it's your own potential or somebody else's, I want you to go out into the world today and look for the actual. Not what people say, but what they do. Not what you say, but what you do. Because at the end of the day, if you want to tie yourself to potential, which in a lot of cases never becomes actual, that's all good. But that's called making a 22-year-old mistake. If you're not 22, you ought not be making those mistakes anymore. You ought to be grown enough to go, maybe I ought to believe people when they show me who they are. Maybe I ought to ask myself, if this is who I want to be, if I'm showing up in a way that does not make me proud, maybe I want to take control of my life and own everything in my life and just take personal responsibility for the fact that I'm not doing what I say I'm going to do, and let me shift that right now. But if you are stuck on the idea of potential, if you are stuck on the idea of intention, which again, I'm woo-woo just like the rest of them, and I believe that your intentions carry a lot of weight, but they're not everything. If you don't follow through on intention, intention means nothing. If you don't follow through on potential and actually turn it to actual, it never becomes actual. So my final point is my first point: believe what people show you. And as Chase Jarvis said, action is identity. You have to do the verb to become the noun. You want to become the noun? Do the verb.